If you're in a painting business and you're struggling with meta ads right now, this is the video for you. In today's video, I'm going to recap the results of the last 3 to 6 months inside of our own ad accounts and the 5 largest changes that we have seen within the platform. So if you stick with me for the next 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to gain some insight and hopefully a couple of different changes that can improve your ad account's performance. So now before we go through the 5 largest shifts that we've seen for painting companies on the platform, I just want to let you know a little bit more about me. My name is Tyler. I'm the owner of PaintLaunch, and over the last couple of years, I spent over $3 million just for painting contractors. And I think that's really important because whoever is telling you to do something should know exactly what they're doing and have tested it out before. So yeah, I'll keep it super quick. Let's hop right into things. Now, the first shift that I'm seeing is being able to optimize support schedules for painting contractors that are spending over a couple $100s a day. Now, this is becoming even easier to do and more accessible with platforms like Routimize that had launched in the last 30 days. Now, we've only spent a couple $1,000s with Routimize so far, but all the results do look pretty promising. And now what it's allowing us to do is optimize directly for schedules. Now, this becomes super important as you do scale up your ad spend, but it isn't as important when you have less. And the reason why is because the platform needs enough events to optimize towards a certain event. So for example, if you're only getting 1 or 2 leads a week, optimizing towards schedules probably isn't the best play. Versus where you're scheduling 10, 20, 30 estimates a week, it is definitely possible. So if you have the ability to, and you're already spending a couple $100s a day on Meta, I would 100% recommend you set up something like Routimize, Calendly, some kind of scheduler to optimize towards schedules. In one instance, we've seen the cost per estimate literally cut in half just by implementing something like this. They were going at about $150 to $200 per estimate. Now they're at about $70 to $80 per estimate. So huge findings here. And it really is no different than how you're already running Facebook ads. Instead of running it to a form, you run it to a form to where they can directly schedule. So that's the first shift. The second shift is a little bit more about the creative. Now, over the last 12 months especially, the creative that we put out there is going to go directly to the person that would resonate most with it. And so if we talk about our realtor program, that ad is going to be delivered to realtors. If we talk about working with property managers, the same sort of thing. If we talk about working with families and homeowners that have families, we're going to get more people that have families. If we talk about elderly couples, we're going to find more elderly couples. And so whatever we talk about in the ads, what we show in the ads is what we're going to get. This also goes for like the project size and the types of projects we get. So the best example would be is if you show a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment being painted versus you show a mansion and a full exterior being done. If you put the 1-bedroom apartment, you're going to get a lot of 1-bedroom apartments. If you show mansions, you're going to get a lot more mansions. And this also holds true for areas. So instead of saying maybe Vancouver, I would say Burnaby. Burnaby is a little bit more affluent than the general Vancouver area, or New West, or North Vancouver, et cetera, et cetera. This allows you to have that right ad that you already know works put in front of the best people. So if you're getting a lot of low-income people or tire kickers, this is probably the easiest fix for you to implement. Which goes pretty well into number 3. So if you're having a lot of inconsistency in your results, whether it be lead volume or lead quality, upping your spend might actually be the best bet for you. And the reason for this is a little bit more about what I talked about in the first point, is Meta now needs more conversion signals to know what to optimize towards. And so if you only have 1 or 2 leads coming in every single week, it's going to keep switching the audiences it's placing the ad in front of. We call this as advertisers pocket audiences. And so if one week you feel like you're getting the best leads ever and your lead cost is as low as it's ever been, but then the next week it isn't, it's probably because you're not spending enough. And so to fix that, I typically want to spend anywhere from $100 a day to $300 a day in our campaign. Now I understand that's not achievable for everybody, but if you do have the budget, I would 100% recommend at least being at $100 a day, because that allows you to at least get 1 or 2 leads coming in every single day at a decent lead cost, say $50 to $80. Now, while you're scaling up, you're going to need more creative. And this is probably the largest shift that I've seen in the last year, is the shift to image creative. Now, a lot of our accounts, we used to have at least like an 80-20 split. So 80% video, maybe 20% image. Now it is completely swapped. We're at 80% image and 20% video. And the reason why is the CPMs, or the cost of advertising, is so much lower, but the click-through rate has also like tripled on them. So what that basically means is the people that are getting that ad are resonating more with the actual individual image creative. So in some accounts, we have literally swapped this and we've seen the cost per lead cut in half. Now, one thing to be cognizant of is sometimes image leads are a little bit lower intent, and so you just want to make sure your cost per estimate is still lower when running more image ads versus video. And by no means am I saying to cut video ads out. Video ads are amazing. But if you are struggling with Meta right now, this is definitely something you should try. Now, in our own ad account, we've launched 92 ads, just statics, and we found that the win rate, or the percentage of ads that actually got X amount of results within our KPI, or our cost per event, was nearly double with statics versus video. So again, definitely give this a try if you haven't already. Now the last piece is just making sure you're sending all of your events properly back to Meta. So if you aren't already, send all of your website views back to Meta, send all of your lead events back to Meta, send all of your schedule events back to Meta, and send all of your sales back to Meta. This allows for the platform to get a clearer customer journey and to understand what people need to do to actually convert with you and buy from you, not just get more leads or get more quotes. This is as simple as adding a couple of zaps for when people schedule quotes through your CRM as well as sales, and then adding the Meta pixel to your website. All in all, it should take about 15 minutes, but you will see better quality leads coming through and more consistent quality leads coming through. I've seen painters who don't send these events back see their lead quality like fall off a cliff this year. And so I definitely would recommend you're doing this, especially if you aren't getting good leads right now. So to quickly recap, optimize for booked estimates, not leads. Your creative is your targeting. Whatever you put out there is what you're going to get. Spend enough to be consistent and be in that pocket audience. Test images, not just video, and then feed your results back to Meta. So go ahead, give all those fixes a try inside of your ad account. And if you enjoyed this video or you thought it was helpful, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.